Hi, it's Danny. I'm here to review Scandal Season 5, Episode 5. Uh, you got served! Okay, so I missed the week before last, Episode 4. I forgot the name of the episode, Mia Copa. I got busy with work. It was super stressful. I had so much stuff to do, and I just couldn't find the time to make a video. But I'll give you a brief synopsis. Bullet points. Jake went to see Papa Pope about Lazarus. Lazarus One, which we find out is a plan to put replica paintings in the Louvre, burn it down, and sell the actual paintings. So Jake went to Paris with Charlie to figure out what was the situation, who was the buyer seller, who was Papa Pope working with, and he ran into his wife, Elise, who I'm going to say it outright, and I bet you I'm right that Elise is working with Papa Pope, and she is put into place to pull on Jake's heartstrings because Jake is clearly, they had a thing, they were married, they were supposed to run away together, but she ended up standing him up, blah blah blah. Anyhow, she's working with Papa Pope. I could. This is a prediction. This wasn't revealed in the episode, but this is a prediction. She's working with Papa Pope, and she's there to frack over Jake. Ultimately, they talked about dog whistle politics, which is, we see it all the time, and minorities know this more than anybody else, and maybe other non-minorities know this, but there are subliminal messages within certain words, and the whole episode was framed like a 2020 Dateline type of episode where they're talking about Olivia and her ambition and how articulate she is, articulate for a black woman, all that. So they call it dog whistle politics. And Marcus, who was the guy from the lawn chair episode with Courtney Van Sands, no, I think his name was Courtney something, but he was on Law and Order for a very long time. Law and Order Criminal 10. He's a brilliant actor. I think he's married to Angela Davis. That episode. Anyhow, I'm going on a way big tangent. Anyhow, he's on the team now. He kind of played them dirty, like, oh, I wouldn't join your team because you guys are on the downhill slope, but he ends up joining anyhow. He ends up joining OPA, any hoodle, and he coaches the team to talk about dog whistle politics while they're interviewing about the truth about Olivia. And this is all episode 4. Melly and Fitz make an agreement to not hurt each other, and then Fitz, at the end of it all, takes Olivia on a public date, hurting Melly, and Melly is like, you know what, frack it, we're going to impeach him. Because the entire episode, she's like, I'm not going to impeach him. And then he did something to hurt her, which is, taunt his affair, like, publicly. And she was just like, you know what, let's impeach him. So now we're on to episode 5, and we start with Cyrus binge enjoying the scandal, watching Olivia get slinged through the mud. He's loving it, which is very interesting. It shows how much he is a friend of hers. Then we shoot back to the White House. David is telling Fitz that he needs a lawyer, and he doesn't understand what an impeachable offense is. And it's pretty much what the Congress decides it to be at the time. Again, my notes are down here. That's why I'm looking down. I gotta figure out a way to or maybe I should, whatever. I'm not gonna get into that. So, Olivia hires Leo to be her fixer for her public image, and Leo wants to sell it as a love story, like the greatest story of all time, and Olivia's like, no. So they decide to do a spin on Olivia is a woman of the people. She's common folk, and Leo tells her to get Edison, which is her former boyfriend, could have been fiance, lover from, I think it was season 2. Bill Cosby, pretty much. Not rapey, but Bill Cosby in the sense that he is so plain, so vanilla, but he's black. And she gets him to vouch for her, And I love this because he points out the fact that eventually he gets to the point where he tells Olivia that he figures out that Olivia's having an affair with the president. Olivia says, "Well, you must think I am, what is it? A criminal, a whore, a idiot, and a liar." And he throws that back in her face, and he pretty much makes her eat crow and humble pie and calls her out for being a hypocrite. But he ends up doing it anyway because Olivia obviously tells him the truth about the situation. David recommended to Fitz to hire a lawyer, and he recommends Patty Sneal, who tells him that they're going to be completely cooperative. He's going to testify. He's going to give everything, all documents, to the committee that's trying to impeach him. Um, they drown the committee in discovery files, which I guess is a delay tactic. And as the committee is going over all these physical documents, they tell Millie that you can't be a part of this. And they tell her, you got to recuse yourself. This is way too personal for you. It's obviously your husband. You can't be involved. Millie goes to Cyrus, and they decide to watch the circus together, which is actually kind of cute in a weird political destructive way. Um, the press at this point finds out about the ring Olivia Fitz gave Olivia, and we found out about this ring after she is kidnapped, after she's returned from the kidnapping last season. It turns out that it was Millie who told the press about it because she was pissed off that she was kicked off the committee, and also she wanted to be clear that Olivia is, she accepted gifts from Fitz. The head of the committee, the two people ahead of the committee, the senator, the Republican, and the Democrat, the woman, they corner Marcus and try to get him to be a double agent to spy on Pope and Associates. And they pretty much blackmail him, saying that they're going to put his life and his family and everyone through the ringer. At this point, Olivia goes to see Jake Bay, and she meets his wife, but she doesn't know it's his wife at that point. But she's flabbergasted. You can see that she's taken aback by the fact that Jake has a girl in his apartment making him coffee. So she's upset about that. But the point of this is Jake gives her the best advice, which is to be honest, because after they find out about the ring, Leo says that you have to sell this as a love story in order for everyone to be okay with it. And Olivia is not comfortable with that, and Jake is like, why not? And he's like, well, obviously you don't want to be trapped. This is a feeling of trappedness for you, but you have to be honest. And so I think that advice is brilliant. That just shows how Jake and her should be together. But I digress. Anyhow, Olivia does the interview. Between that, Faux Harrison, which is Marcus, runs into Quinn and Huck, who are trying to figure out how to get rid of the committee via blackmail, plant evidence, this, then a third. Olivia does the interview. She says how she regrets ever meeting Fitz, which I love. That whole speech she gave was really great, that she knows she caused the world of pain because she laid eyes on Fitz. And brilliant, because it's true. And she's like, who would pick this kind of love? Which is kind of an homage to homosexuality, where people say, oh, they chose their life to be this way. And I mean, who would choose your life to be freaking difficult? Like, for real? It's crazy. So I appreciate them saying that ultimately nobody chooses their life to be difficult, and she would never choose for her life to cause this kind of pain to everybody in hers, Fitz, and the American people's lives. That she wouldn't have done that. Marcus asks his double agent, and they find out that they have information about Olivia's kidnapping that took place in the 4th season. And Olivia confronts David. David confirms that they have information about the kidnapping. And so she goes and tells Fitz and she does it in a whole seductive scene. Let's Get It On is playing in the background. And Fitz is like, well, the easy solution is I'm going to deny that I ever saw the tape. Boom. But Olivia says, well, Cyrus knows you saw it. And Cyrus is not going to have your back given how you kind of, you fracked him over. So, hold on. While they're trying, well, okay, and then, hold on. I'm so sorry. Yeah, while Cyrus and Melly are drinking, the White House calls Cyrus to come in, and then we see Olivia and Jake talking about how the woman Elise is his wife, and they joke about how she obviously has a type for married men, which I don't think is that funny because we're really painting out Olivia to be a hoochie mama for Caucasian men, which I don't judge because I'm an international lover, but at the same time it kind of like as a black woman it's kind of uncomfortable for me to watch. Anyhow, the last scene, Fitz tells Cyrus you could have a job back at the White House, not his old job, but you could have a job back at the White House. And Cyrus figures out that this is a ploy to get him to stay silent. He's like, I don't want any parts. You don't know anything about me, and I know everything about you. And he recalls details from 17 years ago about how he doesn't like bananas and whatnot. I'm like, really, Cyrus? Are you in love with Fitz? That's what I was like, ew. Is he confessing an unrequited situation here? But he's like, Cyrus is like, I want no parts of this, and he gets up to leave, and then Fitz reveals that he knows about him, he knows about his mother, and he apologizes for not treating Cyrus as family, and ultimately they are family. And so Cyrus says, well, in order for me to come back, I want chief of staff. Elizabeth has to be gone completely, and I'll look out for you. And they agree to it. And Cyrus is like, I never saw the tape. You never, I mean, I saw the tape, but you never saw the tape. And you have no involvements with West Angola, or the war in West Angola, which was the offshoot of Olivia getting kidnapped. So, so ultimately, Cyrus is going to protect Fitz. Honestly, I'm getting a little annoyed with Scandal. I mean, last episode really irritated me because it was like kind of mushy, lovey-dovey, and completely unrealistic. And as a 34-year-old woman, I can't abide by that bull. But, I'll still continue to review it. Tell me your thoughts, your feelings. Like, comment, subscribe, share if you feel like it, whatever. I'm sorry, this is like I'm a little tipsy. Please forgive me. I'm gonna see if I can do How to Get Away with Murder. And I may do like one random reality show because I do watch that type of crap. I'm not better than that. I'm trying to figure out what's the third show and put myself on a schedule. But anywho, tell me your thoughts on Scandal, and I will see you in the next video. Night night. Bye.